Well, hello there. 10-minute makeup tutorial time. This time we're going to be using Essence Cosmetics purchased for 50% off during a Priceline sale. Starting with the base, we've got this one here. This is the Essence Soft Touch Mousse in Ivory. I'm going to apply that using a filthy beauty blender. I don't have time to wash it, so it's just going to be what it is. As always, I'm not wearing any makeup at all. I've just got some moisturiser on my skin at the moment. I'm also shooting this in my husband's bathroom, so I've got the very attractive overhead fluorescent lighting going on, which is going to do wonders not only for my natural complexion but also for the finished look. You can see the shadows are really emphasized under my eyes with this one. You can also see behind me the glamour that goes on in this bathroom. Don't think that because my husband has his own bathroom that he gets to use his own bathroom alone. You can see there's a toothbrush there stuck on the shower wall behind me. That belongs to Miss Spaghetti. She has a competition every time that she comes into this bathroom to see how high up she can put that toothbrush on that wall. I think it's good to encourage such competition in your children. You know, go for excellence in everything you do, child, including sticking toothbrushes on the wall using a jumping technique on wet tiles. It's good risk management for everybody. So there we go, I've got the base on now. This formulation is quite fluffy for a mousse, but it does have pretty good coverage. So unlike some other mousse formulations, you can get a pretty good base out of it. For concealer, I've got this one here. It's the Essence Stain Natural Concealer. I've used all these products a few times just to give them a run before actually filming something. This one, the brush on it is it's not the best. It's kind of like those cheap brush sets that you get in kids' art kits. So it's quite hard plastic, but as more of the product comes out, it becomes a little bit more bearable. But it's not something that you're ever going to be able to use as an applicator in and of itself. You're going to need to actually use something else to get it on your face. That's about enough, I think, for under the eyes. It's a really standard concealer formulation, that one. There's no illumination in it or anything, so it's not something that's going to give you a lot of brightening. Continuing on with the base, I've got this Face Luminizer palette. I'm going to be using that to do a little bit of contouring. Essence also have a contouring palette, but the colours on that palette are way too dark for my skin. There's a kind of corally blush product in there, as well as a pretty dark standard contouring colour, which will probably work if you've got a tan, but I don't really have a tan, so I'm going to just use the luminizing palette instead. You know, this is just get it on however you can get it on. Oops, I've just dropped the contouring brush, so obviously I know what I'm doing here. It's not too bad, this one. It's pretty long lasting as well. I'm going to be using this kind of orangey bronzy shade on my cheeks just to give a little bit of colour. And same brush, because that's the way we roll here. For the middle colour, I'm just going to use that to illuminate a little bit across my cheekbones, across the nose, top of the forehead, and just above my lips. Onto the lips, I'm probably going to be going backwards and forwards with this, you know, not using any proper makeup application technique as usual. This is a lip liner. It is Wish Me a Rose, standard kind of pencil formulation, though a little bit hard. I think this one was 50 cents. I'm not even joking. Maybe it was $1, but anyway, 50% off. I don't know if you can rightfully really complain about the formulation of a pencil when you paid so little for it. Anyway, we'll get it on like that. Go across your whole lip area. It does blend pretty well for such a cheap product, so you know, that's a plus. Put that on, and I'm just going to slick over the top with this Sheer and Shine lipstick in shade 3. I don't think it has BFF is what it's called, actually. I thought it doesn't have an aspirational name. It's a bit sad, but anyway, we're just going to dab that one on. On top of the lips. Sorted. Onto the eyes. I'm going to start with the brows. I've got this little kind of pen thing here. It's a powder pen. Again, I think this one was about $1.50, maybe $2 with the sale on. You've just got to kind of twist it and dab it in like that to get the brush loaded up. And then straight onto the brows. I've got the bog standard brown colour. I think it might have also come in a lighter shade, perhaps, for those of you with blonder brows than mine. It's not too bad in terms of formulation and application. It doesn't last that long, that's the only thing. So if you've got like the need to have bold brows 24/7, you might want to be looking for another product that's got perhaps a waxy pencil or another formulation in it, like the Benefit Brow Kits do, or like Maybelline have got a product that's got a waxy pencil at one end and a similar kind of sponge powder applicator at the other. Onto the eyes. I've just realised I don't have any brushes here for doing the eyes. I reckon I'm going to have a go at doing the eyes without any eye makeup brushes. I'm just going to go back in with this e.l.f., I think it is, e.l.f. blush brush, and use this Essence Fluffy Clouds, the Velvets formulation. Go across the entire eye socket there with this one. Slap it on. The good thing about these is that they don't have a lot of pigment in them, so the mess that you're going to make is pretty minimal. Into the crease, I'm going to go with this one. It's called Smooth Caramel. I'm going to be using a contouring brush because that's what I've got here. Just across the lid like that. It's not doing too bad a job. There we go. And again, a little bit more. That's it there. And then just to give a little bit of definition on the outer eyes, I'm going to go in with this pinky shade, which is called Coral Me Maybe. I think you're always in dangerous territory when you start naming cosmetics after pop culture moments. So obviously that's a play on that astoundingly wonderful tune, Call Me Baby, Call Me Baby, Call Me Maybe. That probably makes more sense. Anyway, obviously I'm down with my pop culture. Then again, these are not really designed to last. I guess when you're talking about a 50-cent eyeshadow product, doesn't really matter, does it? You're not going to be, maybe not even repurchasing it. My bog standard technique for cleaning up on the outside of the eyes is using a beauty blender, the same one that you've used for your base, and just swipe upwards a few times. If you line it up across between your outer eye and the outside of your brow, then you're going to give yourself a pretty good line, and it's going to lift your eyes up. I'm going to try lining. It's going to take up some time, but anyway, we'll go in with this one here. It's the Essence Superfine Eyeliner Pen. It does what it says. You can see there, it's got the little tip on it. Pretty standard formulation again. Uh-oh. This was a mistake. What am I going to do? I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to pause this for a minute. This is going to add time on, but I'm going to have to pause it and clean up. And we're back, just like that. Ice Magic. We've got it on. That's not as super fine as I was hoping for, but you know, it is what it is. What is going to solve this problem though is this product here. This is the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. And who doesn't love extremity in their mascara? I know that that's what I look for when I'm putting products on my eyes. If there's a risk of eye danger, I'm all over it. So we're going to use this one here. It's actually, for something that was, I think, $2.50 or thereabouts, this is a really, really great product. The brush I initially was not really such a fan of. It's one of those plastic or hard plastic barrel brushes with quite fine teeth on it that you might be able to see there. But it does give pretty good coverage, and if you get it in close to your lashes, you can hide a multitude of sins in relation to application of eyeliner product. If you, like me, have got an intention tremor or a caffeine tremor and have difficulty lining it up with the outside of your eyes, this one here is pretty good because you can kind of just smudge it a little bit around the eye base, and it magically gets rid of all those little bits that you've missed. So 2 coats of that, get that on like that. A little bit more on the outside. And we're done, I think. Oh, maybe a little bit of powder over the top. All right, I've got this one here. It's the Essence Mattifying Compact Powder. This is super mattifying, so if you don't have oily skin, I'm not sure if Essence make a more natural product, but this does what it says. It soaks up oil all day long. There we go, 10 minutes and 10 seconds if you're not including that little bit of time I had to take for the eyeliner. I'll get some photos before in perhaps more flattering light, but no filter as always. This is an everyday face for everyday people, not a fancy face for fancy people. And I'll get a photo at the end of the day to see how it wears.